Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to revisit the DJI Osmo Pocket. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with this product at $350, this is still one of my favorite pieces of gear on the market because, quite frankly, there is nothing like it out there. While it will give you still and video capability that's very similar to what you have in the current generation of smartphones out there, I would say flagship devices, 4K 60p, decent camera, time-lapse, slow motion. What is unique is that it does give you stabilization that you cannot get anywhere else because this is a true three-axis gimbal. So that is what really makes the Osmo Pocket unique. And of course, its form factor. This is a go-anywhere device. So Ulanzi, a Chinese accessory manufacturer, reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in taking a look at some of their accessories, which are all affordable. I'll have links in the description to basically everything you're looking at here. And these are all complementary, of course, to the Osmo Pocket. Also, a side note, the Osmo Pocket, DJI has continued to push out firmware updates. You know, they got rid of the beep. Besides the enhancement of the Pro mode, they're just continuing to flesh out this product and really make it a winner. I would say its Achilles is only that internal battery at this point, and the fact that, of course, it does have a limited lifespan like any device. But with that aside, let's start looking at some of these accessories. So first and foremost, we have a power accessory. So this is going to give you the ability, which I think is fairly important, to mount your Osmo Pocket. Looks like I could just tear these. They're like Ziploc bags, but I'm going to cut them. The ability to mount your Osmo Pocket on a tripod without losing the ability to have access to its Type-C charging port. So this is already, let's see if I was correct about it being Ziploc style. It certainly looked like it. But this is already, to me, I may have been wrong about the Ziploc working out. There we go. This is already at I think $10 or $12 a unique accessory because, as you can see, we have a Type-C port here, Type-C pass-through, and then of course your tripod mount on the bottom. So essentially, you're going to take your Osmo Pocket, connect it on this, and now you have the ability to stick this on a tripod and then optionally incorporate something. I've got another accessory here that I'm going to be incorporating into the video, a power bank like this 10,000 milliamp Samsung. So essentially you can just plug this in. I believe it's on this side. I'm not sure if it's this side or this side, but let's go ahead and check it out. Why don't we find out? So I'm going to power on the power bank and power on this bad boy. Power bank should be on, and let's see what we get out of it. So if I go into this terminal, we are getting a charge. So essentially, just as advertised, you have the ability to now throw this on a tripod because you have that thread right there and charge the device. So this is perfect for time lapse. This is perfect for eliminating any concerns about battery life. So this is accessory number one, which I think is well worth the money. Let's move on to accessory number two. And remember, very easy. And in fact, I'm going to basically just bring out the next part that you would need. This is also from Ulanzi. They actually have a package where they throw all of these things together. Well, not all of them, but the vast majority. And this is just a little portable tripod, which, you know, obviously can be used with more than this device, but certainly a good pairing. So if I go ahead and just thread this in there, we now have the ability to basically use this, as in some ways a selfie stick for it, or of course, if you're looking to do time lapse and use a battery like I just had connected, you have that ability here with the little Ulanzi tripod. So I like that. But that's not where the tripod really ends in terms of its usability. It really comes into play with this and this. So one of the biggest pitfalls of the Osmo Pocket really was about, and I'm going to disconnect it from the power dock, was the fact that if you wanted to use your phone, which when this device launched, you pretty much needed your phone, you were going to have to basically just hold on to it and hope that you didn't flex it using this connector, right? Well, now, not now, this has been out for a little while. I think this whole package, meaning this piece, and the tripod to my left that I just showed you, that mini tripod, I think it's about $30. So this will hold your cell phone, and this will mount. I'm going to just cut right through this and forget the the Ziploc. We don't need to keep this fresh, right? I think it'll stay fresh. So here you can see we have the ability to, from the way I'm seeing it, it looks like, of course, we will have to try to figure out exactly how this mounts on. What I do know is that, I believe this is where it's supposed to sit. I'm not seeing a good way to lock it in, but I suppose that's it right there. And your phone is going to mate with it there. And essentially, where is this? So the idea is that you screw this in. I believe this is where we're going with this. And these are, again, you can buy it as a package or it can be modular. So now this is attached. Really should have done the pocket last. And now you're going to screw this in. I really have, screwed up the order of things, but it's not going to matter in the scheme of things in terms of getting this done. I'm making this look much more difficult than it is. Ooh, I don't want to destroy the Osmo Pocket in the process. That would really defeat the purpose. In fact, you know what? Let's pop the Osmo Pocket out. And that's why they did pad this, by the way, so that you don't have to worry about damaging it. So if I go ahead and thread this, which I thought I was going the correct way. Let's see. Now I am righty-tighty, of course. Started with righty, and it didn't seem like it was getting tight. So once this is threaded on, which it now is, we have a good snug fit, right? We also have a cold shoe at the top of this piece. So this is going to allow us to incorporate other accessories. But if I slide the Osmo Pocket back in, hopefully no damage occurred, I'll bring out my dummy phone, which in this case is an old Pixel, which actually is the device that I would use in most cases for this. And I believe this controls the tensioning for the size, which is correct. You go right, it gets larger. So we're going to get a proper fit. We're still nowhere near it. Let's see if we got it now. Nope, still do not have it. We're very close. Let's see. A little bit more. Let's see if now we've got it. And it looks like that's still a little too tight. And this also will give you an idea of, how things are going to sit. And I should be able to get this in there. Let's see if it's not lining up for a reason, because it is positioned. And this was always one of my big fears with this device. Looks like I just have to lower the Osmo Pocket a little bit. Was that, will it break my phone? Because that's a horrible thing. I mean, the Osmo Pocket's a very intelligent accessory, but not if it ends up damaging your phone. It looks like we've got a good pairing there. Tighten this up a little bit so that we make sure that everything is together. So now we have the ability to basically do what you couldn't before, which is, this isn't my favorite concept, obviously, because part of the beauty of the Osmo Pocket was that it was completely portable. And once you've done this, you've really turned it into a whole nother beast. But if you want things like dedicated audio or a light, in this case, yet another product that Ulanzi furnished me with. So let's go ahead and pop that open. So this little mini LED video light. And these are all really inexpensive. I mean, the average cost on these, as I said, is somewhere around, between $10 and $15 max. And that's why they just kind of dumped them on me. So let's see what we have here. I just want to see what this gives us access to on the back, if I can. So this is battery operated. I don't have any batteries laying around here. I'm looking around the studio. I don't have any, but you'll have to at least envision this. Of course, your power control right here, and yet another cold shoe. And you can see right here, this is going to give us the ability now to mount it right up here. And if you really want to go crazy, I believe this should be mounting unless I've lost my mind, which last I checked I didn't. Maybe I've got to flip it around and then give it a turn. This should be mounting. Hold on, let me see. I'm taking it off camera here for a second. Bear with me. It may just be because I haven't loosened it, and I believe that is the reason. Yep, there we go. So once I loosened it, that was all. Just needed a closer look because, you know, I do have some equipment in front of me. Now we have a real rig coming together, don't we? I mean, we've got a video light, a preview monitor, a kickstand, and now if you really want to go the distance, right? If you really want to get a little bit crazy and take it beyond this, you have the ability to throw on some audio if you would like some dedicated audio. Now, that's part of the firmware update I've been talking about, is that DJI has introduced the ability, as well as an accessory, to use dedicated audio. So that's another nicety. And voila, now I've got a Rode Micro sitting on this thing. And I don't have the audio adapter, but obviously this is where wiring would get a little strange, because it would have to, the accessory would have to be at the bottom of the Osmo Pocket. So really how well that's going to work in there, I'm not sure. You can also side mount it if you noticed, because this does give you the ability to side mount it. So if you preferred to go this way, you could, but that kind of starts to defeat the purpose of having, I mean, this might be better, but then you're obscuring your screen. But this just gives you an idea of what you absolutely can do. I would say you could bring the wire around the front, which you probably could get away with, I want to say. So there's a look right now at this entire rig, which is pretty crazy when you think about it, that the Osmo Pocket has all of a sudden turned into a legitimate vlogging device in just about every way. Because that's what I'm looking at here, is that you are actually ready to vlog. You have a light attached. I mean, everything is still lightweight. I mean, it's getting heavier. And then last but not least, in case you've purchased the accessory package direct from DJI, which many people have, and you have the Wi-Fi Bluetooth adapter, this is a tripod mount for that. So let me go ahead and disassemble. I won't call this a mess, but it's definitely a little bit hairy here. Let's see if I can, oh, nope, I powered that on. I did not mean to. Let's see if I can get this all disassembled without any accidents occurring. So first things first, let's loosen up the phone. And I'll tell you right now, this is only, a bit of work for me, because it is my first time playing with all these gadgets in conjunction. So first and foremost, the phone comes out. Let's go ahead and set this all aside and just get the Osmo Pocket back out of this little assembly. So we're back to just having an Osmo Pocket. And essentially, if you had the Wi-Fi adapter from DJI, this would give you the ability to slide that in here and still have it be tripod mountable. And, this was a problem right out of the gate with the Osmo Pocket. I don't believe that this piece is able to fit in here. I'm just double checking. I do not think so, no. So this is specifically just for the actual Osmo Pocket wireless Bluetooth DJI product, so that when you attach it, you still have the ability to tripod mount it. But that pretty much sums things up. So again, these are all Ulanzi products. I think I've made a nice mess of showing you everything that they can essentially garner for your Osmo Pocket. And you can do this all for a very inexpensive price. Again, somewhere around $30. I think the video light is $12. I'll put in links to everything. In my opinion, this right here is probably the most important accessory of all, which is the power cradle that allows you to actually dock the device, because this is something that I feel like DJI should have included from the very beginning. But overall, Ulanzi seems to have put together a nice package, and at a I would say very affordable price. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.